What's up, everyone? Coach D speaks here. So the MAGA village idiots are losing their crap over these Trump indictments. Like all of them are. Here's a tweet from Lauren Boebert. She says the same folks that are feverishly going after Trump have had Hunter Biden's revolting laptop for years and years. No arrests yet. What am I missing here? What you're missing are brain cells, Lauren. Seriously. Hunter Biden's laptop has been in possession by our government since 2019. You know, maybe you should ask the guy who was president at that time why they didn't indict Hunter or Joe, given all the evidence they found on the laptop. Ask Christopher Wray, Trump's appointed FBI director, why they didn't go after Hunter Biden. Let me tell you why. There's nothing there. But she goes on. Here's another delusional tweet. The federal government has indicted President Trump for a crime that no one else would have been tried for. The weaponization of our government is totally out of control, and we need to do everything in our power to bring it under control. He has been indicted on 31 charges. And the reason no former president has ever been indicted for these crimes is because he is the first one. Do you guys realize the amount of criminal activity Donald Trump must have gotten away with as a regular citizen for him to be arrogant enough to believe that he would get away with it, the same type of crap as president? Yet another thing Lauren Boebert doesn't want to admit. Trump has been a criminal for decades with zero accountability, and now it's all coming. But wait, there's more. Another tweet says, they released this Trump indictment tonight because the walls are closing in on Biden. We've seen the evidence. So indict him. You're in Congress. Do whatever you have to do. If Joe Biden is guilty of crimes, indict his ass too. He and Trump can share a cell. We do not care, but put up or shut up. And now take a look at this Fox News segment on Sean Hannity's show. This starts with Pete Hegseth going with the typical Republican scare tactic talking point.
But if they can get Trump, it means they can get you, they can get me, they can get all of us.
Seriously, are these people not aware of the existence of the criminal justice system? They've always been able to get you and me and all of us. Crimes, courts, lawyers, and jails exist. Y'all are dense. And really, Republicans say this because they really think Trump should be above the law. He's not. He's actually in the find out portion of FOFA. Yeah.
He is standing in the way, and that can sound like a campaign slogan, but it's very true. So he disrupted everything they were up to, and they know a second term of Trump is the overturning of the table, the exposing of everything they've done.
Oh, the second term. Okay. So he couldn't get it done in the first term, but now if we give him a second term, he's really going to overturn the tables and expose all the corruption in Washington. Yeah. You know, maybe he'll have that great, most perfect, best ever healthcare plan as well. You guys are really trying to ride this Trump train straight into a wall. You know, the only exposure Trump has done in office is expose himself and all the people who will blindly follow him no matter what the hell he does.
Sean, you know, I was on your program the night that Alvin Bragg brought the indictment as well. And I remember saying, and I'll say it again, I mean, this is a terrible night for our Republic, our Constitution, and our justice system.
Negative, Peter. It's actually a great night for our Republic and our Constitution. You see, it shows that no matter who you are, no matter how much money you have, your political affiliation, or political standing, you're not above the law. You keep committing crimes, and at some point, the law is going to catch up to you. Now, in Trump's case, somehow he got away with it for years. But finally, the walls are actually closing in on him.
But as it pertains to the Republican primary, Republicans will rally around Donald Trump. I think every single Republican nominee should be down in Miami on Tuesday night, standing for justice in the country, saying, hey, I may be running for president. Mike Pence, Tim Scott, Nikki Haley, whoever, Ron DeSantis.
Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. They have been praying for this moment. They are literally enjoying every second of it. Sure, they might release a tweet in his favor. They might say a couple things in his favor. But if you think they're going to be in Miami supporting Donald Trump, you are crazy. You are absolutely crazy, because this is what they have been hoping for. They are all literally just ecstatic about the fact of Donald Trump finally being held accountable and finally being able for them to be able to get rid of him so that they can run their own campaigns without having to worry about the MAGAs who are blindly just cult-like following this guy. So yeah, ain't gonna happen.
But this is injustice. This should not stand. Now, I don't think they have a chance now, considering what Trump is up against. This will only strengthen him. But it's not about Trump. It's about our system. And he's been willing to expose it. They've targeted him. And this will only serve to rally voters behind him, Sean, in the Republican nominee process, because they realize what's at stake. Everything Mark Levin laid out, everything Greg Jarrett laid out, everything all the lawyers laid out beautifully, is the fragile nature of our republic. And Donald Trump has said, I will expose it. I will take it on. I will take the arrows. And they're sending the entire weight of the federal government against him.
Understand here, only cult followers try to make their leaders more Christ-like. Trump is taking the arrows for all of us. Like, come on. And only cult-like followers would think that, like, 2 indictments over 35 charges is going to strengthen their candidate. Seriously, if you've ever watched any of the documentaries about cults, look at how these people rise to power. Look at how they get people, they draw them in. They use tactics like Donald Trump is using, and they have people like Pete sitting there saying things like, he's doing all of this for us. He's decided he will take the arrows for all of us. Dude, when we say it's a cult, it's because it is a cult. And then he finishes this segment. He goes out the same way that he came in, with the same most pathetic scare tactic talking point. Check it out.
And if they can do that, they can do it to all of us. That's what's at stake. And that's why I think it makes him stronger as a nominee.
Yes, Pete, they can indict all of us. They've always been able to. This is nothing new. Trump is not the first, and he will not be the last political figure to be indicted. You see, while you're shocked that he's being indicted, the rest of us are shocked that it took so long. Listen, if you are someone out there who really believes that this is just a political witch hunt and that all of the evidence that it takes for a grand jury to indict someone doesn't exist, you're delusional. Period.
Lock him up! Indictment season is upon us. Celebrate with the new Indictment Season t-shirt and v-neck exclusively at store.MeidasTouch.com.